Erica here, and while I'm filming like 500 favorites of 2016 videos, I thought I would do one on my favorite authors that I discovered for the first time in 2016, or whose work I read for the first time in 2016. I recently did a video on authors I wanted to read in 2017, but I didn't want to neglect the ones that I got to this year, who I ended up really loving their work. So, just two of these authors I've only read one book by, but I'm already pretty sure that I'm going to love everything they've ever written. And the others I read at least 2 books by this year. The first author I want to talk about is someone who I've talked about a lot over the last month or so, which is Miranda July. I recently read her short story collection, Nowhere Belongs Here More Than You, and I fucking adored it. So I can't wait to read her novel and basically anything else that ever has her name on it. Again, I talked about this to death, but it was fantastic. The second author, who I only read one book from, but who I'm very excited to read the rest of their work, is Oddest Wilson, and I read his play Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which I really thought was very powerful and really impactful. I'm not a huge play reader, so the fact that this had such a profound impact on me was also really surprising, and I'm really looking forward to reading his other plays. He's a very famous Black playwright, and I'm really excited about his work. 2 SFF authors who I discovered this year and absolutely adore. One is Jemisin, of course. I, again, have talked about her, and I've talked about the Broken Earth series so much this year, but I really, really love these books. The first one in the series is the 5th season, and the second one is The Obelisk Gate. The third one is yet to be published, and they're fantastic. I have a review of the 5th season, which I will link below. I love her. I also follow Jemisin on Twitter, which always feels a little creepy when you follow authors on Twitter, but I don't know why. It feels creepy to me. But I just like her as a person, too, which is really nice. I like the things she says in her tweets. I just do. The second one, on a related vein, because both of these women kicked ass during award season this year. The second one is Nettie Okorafor, and I read her novella Binti, which is an adult novella, and I read her book Akata Witch, which is a middle grades or YA fantasy series. I've only read the first book. It's the only one that's out right now. And Binti is also going to have a sequel that's coming out soon, which I'm super excited about. Again, love her. This is fantasy. This is sci-fi. I think she did both of them really wonderfully. Her stories are really diverse and really interesting. They're things I haven't read before. I'm very intrigued by her work and loved it. So I'm really looking forward to reading more of her novels and Jemisin's novels too. I cannot wait to just dive into their entire bibliographies. In terms of nonfiction, I was pleasantly surprised that I really enjoyed Maggie Nelson's work this year. I read The Argonauts towards the beginning of the year, and then I recently read Bluets for nonfiction November. The Argonauts is kind of a memoir, kind of a treatise, her work's very hard to describe. The Argonauts has a lot to do with her and her partner, and it talks a lot about sexuality and gender and motherhood and all kinds of things. It's kind of like stream of conscious nonfiction. It's very interesting. Bluets is a little tiny book about her fascination with the color blue and some historical facts about the color blue, which I just thought was so quirky and excellent. Both of these books gave me a lot to think about. Maggie Nelson is a little bit pedantic, so her writing goes a little over my head sometimes, so I think that her work I will return to again and again because I think that I will always be able to get more out of it. And lastly, in the literary fiction vein, I of course have been loving Eleanor Ferrante and the Neapolitan novels. I've only read the first 3. I have yet to read the 4th, so if the 4th really disappoints me, I'm going to retract this statement. But I love this series. I really didn't think I was going to. I thought I was going to hate it, and I am in love with these characters. I love the way that Eleanor Ferrante writes, and I am so excited to A, finish the series, and B, read some of her other books as well. Those are my favorite authors that I discovered this year. Please let me know if you found any authors this year that you really loved and whose work you feel like you have to read all of now. And if you have read any of these books or have any recommendations of which books I should read next by these authors, that would be awesome. And I will be back soon with more Vlogmas. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye.